Alright YouTube, I got a 2000 Mercury Mountaineer 5.0. I got a camshaft position sensor code that popped on P0430. Looks like that's where it is right there. You see it right here. But in order for me to get to it, I'm going to take these coils off right here, and this is the 5.0. Alright, I had to pause it for a second, but I got this little tool set. I'm going to go ahead and start first by taking off the coils, like I was saying. Which looks like it's going to be these bolts right here. I might be able to get away with one of them, and then you also got these two bolts right there and right there. But once I go ahead and get that out, those look like those are 5.5 millimeter bolts down here. You can see when I get back there. So give me a second and I'm gonna get these off and I'll be right back. Alright, so now that I took those 4 bolts out, I'm gonna try to reach down into there, get those 2 bolts, and once I can get it out, I'm gonna unplug it before I pull it out, and then I'm gonna go ahead and show you the new part that I got, part number and everything, for anybody who has a 2000 Mercury Mountaineer Ford Explorer 5.0. This should work for them. Okay guys, this is what the bolt looks like that came out right here, and here's the other one. Oops, hit my head. Now I was able to get it out. I just reached my hand in there. Obviously you can see it's real tight fit, but I ended up bungeeing this up because it was falling down on me. So now I'm going to try to unplug this. There's a little, where am I at? I'll show you right there. You push down on it and you pull it out like that. And so now your clip is out. That's holding it in there. Now I'm going to try to reach in here. It's going to take me 2 hands to do this. Let's see. I can feel it wanting to come out. See it shaking a little bit. I got an idea. Let me get my flathead. Alright guys, before I continue, I was prying it out with my fingers, and you could see that, let me move this back out the way, it broke off on me. It's very old and brittle, and honestly I can't even tell if it's ever been changed. So what I did is I took out this side right here with the same 7mm, I believe it was. Let me take a look. Yeah, 7mm bolts. I got all those right here, all those 4 right there. Just double check, make sure it wasn't an 8. Okay, it was a 7. So I used my 7mm to take out the rest of those 4 bolts that sat in on that, and then you got that bolt right there that you got to take out. Then there's another one right down there, and then you have one hidden right in there, if you can see it. And then you got to get this one right on the side over here. I'm about to show you. It's hidden Trying to get my focus right here. And the only way to get that, you have a 7/16. That's what this says. Right here. And you gotta, hold on. Having a hard time with one hand. There you go. I had to get it a little bit. But yeah. Once you do that, and you can get all these put up. It's hard to do with one hand because I can't hold these cords. But once you get that off, this bracket should come up, and I'll have better access to that piece right there. I'll keep you updated. Need a few more minutes. Use both my hands. Alright, I got the bracket. It looks like it's a U shape, so you got to bend it a little bit. A flat head. Then the rest of it actually pops up out the holes. Well, you can see down there below my finger. Let's see if I can focus this. There it is. That comes up. That one comes up. This one in the back comes up. But I gotta unclip these wires so I can move it freely. Alright, now all I really did was use this right here, these pliers, wrench, whatever you want to call it. And I grabbed the plastic piece and I pulled it up. That was the hardest part because it doesn't really have room for you to go ahead and do that unless you have the space. But I got this piece. Those are my old pieces that sat just like that. Sorry, it's pretty chilly out here today. I got the sniffles. Give me 1 second while I open this package. Alright, package is open. You see before and after. This one actually looks like it had a lot of carbon buildup. And it's so brittle as well. It doesn't surprise me that it doesn't work. Right here, got my other two screws right there. Time to put this baby back together. I'll do reverse steps. Try to help everybody out as much as I can. Sorry, this is my first video really trying to help people, but I hope it's helping. Alright, so the last video cut out on me. Well, you see, I just set it in there. That's how it's supposed to go. One way. I'm gonna get these bolts put back in with a 5.5 millimeter. It's a very little one. A lot of people don't have it, so if you do not have a 5.5 millimeter socket, it's really little. This is what you're gonna need. I tried to make sure I had room to pull it out before, which I could have, except for it wasn't trying to lift up. So I had to take a bunch of other stuff apart. 5.5 should go ahead and secure that down. This is what the little screws look like. The old ones right here and the new ones right here. Give me 1 second. And this is what the new ones look like right here compared to this. Now I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this washer off and still put it back on the new one, so don't forget to do that. Okay, correction, they do not come off. Apparently along the way sometimes somebody dropped a cap way down there. So just make sure you do a quick inspection around the area to make sure that if anybody who had owned your vehicle before dropped anything, just do a quick look, because while you have access to it, you can do it. Alright, now that is back in, when you actually put it in, you don't want to wrench down on it, because you could break the housing again. Plastic, if your last one was broken. Mine wasn't broken. I was trying to pull it out and it broke, but I'm just letting you know. Don't tighten it down too tight. Once it feels snug, you can leave it be. Now I'm going to try to put all this bracket and wiring back together. Give me a minute. Alright, all I did was set this bracket back in there. I have not put any bolts or nuts, whatever, on that one down there, or this one. But the difference between these is, obviously these are the 3 on the top. This is a 7/16 one. That one's gonna mount right here on the side. You see, I'm just gonna work it in and get these staged up prior to tightening them down, just so that way I don't have to drop anything and I can just really pull it back out if that's the case. But I don't plan on dropping these, but we never really do plan on dropping anything, but it's the worst when it happens. Alright, got that one on there. Now to get this one down there and this one over here, I'm gonna need 2 hands so I do not drop it. Give me 1 minute. Alright, I'm back. I got them in there, tightened down. These right here, 13 millimeter. 13 millimeter. And there's another one right there. That's a 13 millimeter down there. And there, this one right there, hidden on the side, that's a 7/16. So I got that back in there. Now, what I gotta do is I'm gonna take my bungee off right here. I never unhooked this because I didn't need it unhooked, but I did unhook this one, and this is gonna sit here just like this. I am gonna plug this back in. Sorry, those are gonna sit there like that. I never unplugged this side because I really never needed to, but I got this side that I'm gonna plug back in. Let me see. Make sure I'm doing this right. Yeah, that's in there right. I just gotta force it a little bit, put some pressure behind it. Come on. There we go. Alright. That's clipped in there on the side. Now, I'm sure some of you wondering why it looked bare over here. I do have this cover right here I'm going to put back on. The bolt is right there. So I guess what I'm going to do now is bolt these back down, and I'll be right back. Alright, now once you have that tightened down, all these little bolts here and there, just double check, make sure your wires are where they should be. Why is it so blurry? There we go. And another thing you want to do is make sure you push and make sure that these plug wires are on there, for the simple fact that we just got done moving them around a little bit. Just make sure they're really snug on there. Check your connections. Connections are good. Do a little bit of shaking. Make sure nothing sounds loose. I'm going to put that cover back on and we should be done. Forgot to say earlier, these ones right here, I misspoke. Those are a 7. Right there. See? 7's on there. This bolt up there is an 8. Alright. Now the last thing you want to do is just take a quick scan around, make sure you don't have any bungees, any fallen tools, forgotten tools, anything. I usually put mine back in the toolbox, you know, pretty organized, so I know what I'm missing and I'm not missing anything, but everything should work. And that's how you change a camshaft positioning sensor in a 2000 Mercury Mountaineer 5.0. I'm not sure about the year range, but I know that It should be the same as Explorer as well. Pretty much my shocks, I got to change those. So I was working on limited room to begin with. But as far as that goes, one of my first YouTube do-it-yourself tutorials, and you can see the new piece down there. It's kind of hard to see from here. It's kind of like right there. But yeah, that's all it takes. If you have any questions, comments, whatever, I'll be here to help. Thank you for watching. Have a good day. That's it. She's good.